Hi everyone. I'm here for day 2 of my new format of doing my online classes to go. I'm excited to see how you guys enjoy this. So in the old format, I always did 3 projects on Monday, and that was it for the online card class to go. And you got 2 of each of the 3 projects. Well, I'm switching it up a bit. I was feeling a little bit too comfortable, a little bit bored with the format myself. So, what we're going to do now is way different. We're going to do 3 cards on Monday, just like always. But now on Tuesdays, I'm going to, excuse me, I'm going to do a fun fold card with you. And now on Wednesdays, I'm going to do a 3D project with you, all using the same bundle or the same suite or the same stamp set. So you will get five projects. I shouldn't say cards because one of them is always going to be a 3D project every week. To see from me, and you can get it to go in the mail. You can get the make and take with any $40 order for one of each of the 5 projects. Or if you place a $60 order or more, I'll throw in the embellishments. Or if you spend $100 or more, I'll throw in the embellishments and a half a pack of the designer series paper, of some designer series paper anyway. So I hope you guys will enjoy this new format. I'm open to any feedback that you want to give me about it. And I hope that you will love the project. So Tuesdays and Wednesdays will usually be a little shorter because it's only one project each day for that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to move down. Well, first of all, I want to remind you guys of one thing. Big sale starting tomorrow, okay? Annual catalog seasonal sale. You can get 10% off all cardstock, 20% off all bundles and designer series paper, and 10% off ink, and that includes markers and blends. This is for 3 days only, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So if you love my projects and you place an order with me, right here in my Tuttle Up shop using this host code, then I will send you this week's projects in the mail for you if you spend $40 or more. So what a great time this week to stock up on those cardstocks and inks and papers and any bundles in the annual catalog that you love, and get the card kit for this week's projects for free in the mail, right? Win-win situation there. Okay, so now I'm going to go to my hands here. We are focusing on this bundle this week. This is the Sweetest star, and I don't know why it's not, it is not moving with me here. There we go. It was kind of stuck there for a minute. We're using the Sweetest star bundle here, and in the bundle comes with a punch. So you can get the stamp set and the punch for 38, I think it's 38.50, maybe 38.25. But what a great deal. And I have a feeling they will come out with more stamp sets to go with the star because it's so awesome. I want to show you real quick the cards that we made yesterday. These are the 3 that we made yesterday. So cute. That one with the Santa. This one with Mrs. Claus, right? So fun. And this one with that cute little gingerbread man right there. So that's the first 3 projects I did yesterday. So today I promised you a fun fold, and that's what we're going to do. Now you see all this smudging around here. Okay, today I am blending, and I pulled out a new blender brush because the one I was using looked pretty disgusting. We're going to be blending almost everything with some pecan pie ink. Okay, so if you see me put something on, hi Linda, thanks for joining me. If you see me put something on the card that I haven't blended, shout at me through the comments and say, Judy, you forgot to blend that, okay? And I will respond to that, because I noticed today when I was making my awesome card that I was forgetting to blend some things. So here's the card we're making today. How cute is this, you guys? And it's a double gatefold fun fold card. So the front, this looks like a gingerbread cookie on a platter, right? Those cute little peppermint embellishments as his buttons. And it opens like this, and it opens like this. Wishing you a holly jolly Christmas. And you can see, I don't know if you can see it very well, I sponged everything just to make it look a little more rustic, a little more gingerbready, right? I don't even know if that's a word. I doubt it. So it closes like this. I hope you guys love this. I'm going to show you how I did it. Okay, so I have a panel of crumb cake that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I have a basic white panel here that is 4 by 5 1/4. I have a scrap of crumb cake that I'm going to use for my gingerbread man. I have my peppermint embellishments, right? I have 2 circles cut from that Spotlight on Nature die set, right? Hi, Becky. Thanks for joining me. This is Funfold Day, day 2, Funfold Day. And then I have some panels here, okay? So let's get started. I have 2 pieces of DSP that are 3/4 of an inch wide and 4 inches long. Now, I'm going to adhere each of these panels onto this basic white panel here. Of course, I pick up a seal that's empty. There we go. So these weekly classes to go do not include a PDF, unless I think it's really confusing, because you always have, right, the video to watch on how to put the cards together. Hey, I have a little bit, I don't know why I suddenly have a cough going on here. Something must have gone the wrong page. Okay, so there's my basic white. Now, what are you guys going to yell at me? You're going to yell, blended, Judy, right? So I'm taking out my pecan pie. I'm inking up my blender brush here. And I'm going to start off the side, and I'm going to blend all those edges just to take a little white off the edge. Okay. There we go. Okay, now right in the center of this, using that same pecan pie ink, I'm going to stamp Wishing You a Holly Jolly Christmas right in the center here. There we go. Now I'm going to push that to the side for a second. I'm going to go back to my crumb cake base here, and I'm going to blend it. We're blending everything today. I just really like that it takes, just adds some depth, right, to the cardstock to add a little blending to it here. There we go. Okay. Now, we're going to put these to a side for just a second, and we'll come back to those, okay? Now, I have 2 panels here. One is cut at... Let me get my notes here. One is cut 3 inches by 3 1/2 inches, and I scored a 1/2 inch on the long side there. Okay, so that's one of my gatefolds. And the other one is cut 3 1/2 by 4, and I scored on the 4-inch side at a 1/2 inch as well. Okay, so both of those are scored at 1/2 inch. That's going to serve as my gatefolds there. I have a piece of designer series paper, and this comes from the Sentimental Christmas suite here. It's this little pecan pie snowflake pattern. I love this. And this is the paper, you guys, the designer series paper. This Stampin' Up is giving $3 from each pack to support children's literacy around the world. So if you haven't bought a pack of this paper, we'd love you to buy it because that's where it goes to. Okay, so I've cut a panel here that is 3.5 by 3.5, and I'm going to adhere it right here onto this gate fold, okay, onto this panel with the 1/2 inch score line on the left side. Not that that really matters because it's square, but before I put it on there, right, I'm going to ink up my edges again. And I'm even going to ink up along this fold line right here, just a little bit. There we go. Do the same thing with my DSP. Now this is optional. You wouldn't have to do this, but I do think I like that it makes it look a little more rustic, a little more gingerbready maybe. I've used that word again, gingerbready, right? All right, and so I'm going to adhere this panel. Look at those sweet deer on the back side. I love this DSP. If you haven't gotten your hands on it, probably should because it's called Sentimental Wishes, I think, and it's just very rustic, kind of old-fashioned Christmas, which I love. Okay, so there's that panel right there. And then on this panel, for right now, all I'm going to do is ink up the edges. Get it started for myself here. I told you we're inking up everything. Oops, I'm kind of off camera here. Okay, I'm going to fold this in half. They're working on something on our street out here. And we are a house full of 2 dogs and a cat this week. My daughter and son-in-law have moved in with us for a week so that they can get their house painted and carpeted before they move in on Saturday. So anyway, the dogs were going crazy with the men working out on our street. So I put them in the backyard. We don't need that nonsense going on, right? Okay, so I've got my snowflake stamp here, and I'm going to ink it up with Versamark. And I'm going to stamp it in this corner right here. There we go. And then I'm also going to stamp it in the bottom left corner right here. And then while I have the Versamark out and the embossing powder out, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my gingerbread starman on a piece of crumb cake right here. Oops, see, that's Versamark is very sticky. That's what helps that embossing powder stick to it. All right, so now I'm going to grab my white embossing powder here. And this is just how I keep mine. I keep mine in these little containers that I got from the dollar store with a little spoon inside. That just helps me spoon on the embossing powder and tap it off. I'm going to do it one more time, just make sure I get it good and covered. My gingerbread man isn't missing a leg like my Santa was yesterday, right? And then I'm going to do the same thing with this panel that I put the snowflakes on. Here we go. Tap, tap. Just do it one more time. Make sure we get everything covered. Tap, tap, tap. Tap off the excess, and there we go. Now, if you'll bear with me a second, I'm going to grab my embossing gun and hit both of those. And what we're looking for, if you're new to heat embossing, is that you want it to change from dull to shiny. So maybe I'll hold this one up and maybe we can see it happen on camera. That would be fun, right? Okay, so I know it'll be kind of loud on your end. Well, thank you, Kathy. I think gingerbready should be a viable word as well. Okay, so you're just watching, and I don't know if you guys can see, but it's starting to happen. It'll change from a dull looking surface to a shiny looking surface. There we go. And I'm going to do the other corner here. There we go, cute. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my gingerbread man here on my crumb cake cardstock. It's going to change from dull to shiny. Oh, looks like I should have, oh, it'll be okay. It's a cookie. I should have, you can see I got a couple of splotches right there, and I should have wiped that off before, or used a embossing buddy. But it won't matter. You know, when you make gingerbread cookies and you ice them, sometimes you get blotches where you don't want them, right? So that is my effort to keep it realistic. Maybe not, but there you go. Okay, so I need my star punch, and I'm going to punch out my gingerbread man. Good. I'm glad it wasn't loud on your end. I have had people complain about that before. So there we go. There's my little gingerbread star. Now, what am I going to do, you guys? Same thing I did on everything else. I am going to add some ink around the edges. And you're like, oh, but that's making those snowflakes brown. Well, just wait. I'll show you something. Okay, so we're inking around the edges right here just to keep that starkness off, okay? And then I'm going to do the same thing here with my little gingerbread star. You know what? I actually have one over here that I'm going to use instead because it doesn't have the blotches on it. So let's use my backup gingerbread star here. Okay, we're going to ink up the edges with these blending brushes, right? Like that. And then you just take a Kleenex and you wipe off, and it'll wipe right off everything that was embossed, and it'll make it pop, see? And then I'm going to do the same thing here with my snowflakes. Look, they just pop. They come right back to life. That ink comes right off the embossed parts of those panels, okay? All right, so here we go. I'm going to take this panel and adhere it onto this smaller hinged panel right here. There we go. And then I cut two circles out of the Spotlight on Nature. These are 2¼ inches in diameter, out of basic white. And they're the ones that have kind of the radiating stitches around the edges. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to blend some of those edges a little bit. There we go. Do the same thing here. All right. I'm going to pop my gingerbread star up on the plate here. He's like sitting on a plate. So I'm going to grab some dimensionals. Want the biggies. Here we go. Probably didn't need quite that many, but my view is better too many than too little, right? With dimensionals. They're cheap. You get a lot for the price. So here we go. Popping that right up on that plate. And then I'm going to glue this onto this embossed snowflake panel right here. Just going to go kind of sideways like that. I debated about whether to use a larger circle, but I really wanted that snowflake panel to pop from the back there, right? Okay, this one I'm going to do, I already did that, right? I'm going to stamp in the center the words, "May your days be merry and bright." I'm going back to that pecan pie ink. That's my color of this card. This card only uses pecan pie ink and Versamark. That's the only two colors it uses. Okay, so now we're going to put these panels on to this card right here. And this one is going to go on this side. It's going to hinge behind right there. Got it kind of centered between the top and the bottom. So I'm going to flip this over, fold this out, add some strong adhesive. So I would recommend Seal Plus, tear and tape. Let me flip this back over. I felt like I just moved it. So let me get it recentered here. There we go. Something strong, okay? There we go. And just press it onto the back right there. So that's going to provide that hinge on that side like that. And then we're going to do the same thing on this other side. I'm going to center it, top and bottom right there, like that. It almost fits perfectly inside those two 3/4 inch panels there. Flip it over, add adhesive right here on the edge, and press it down there. Now, I'm even going to get my bone folder out and make sure it gets adhered really well right there. There we go. There we go. Okay, so there's my front panel. Now, this other one, "May your days be merry and bright," is going to go right inside here. You just want to make sure it's not going to show on the outside because you want that to be a little extra surprise in there. Okay, so I'm going to put it about right there. Whoop. Okay, and now this entire panel, after I have the hinges attached, are going to get adhered to my card base, this crumb cake 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card base. Okay, so again, you want to use a strong adhesive. I'm using Seal Plus. What I've noticed about Seal Plus is once you have it down, baby, it's down, right? It's really hard to get that back up once you've adhered it to. So I'm going to be very careful about centering this top, bottom, side to side. There we go. Pretty cute, huh? All right, so I'm going to again take my bone folder here, make sure I have those edges folded down really well. And all I have to do is embellish now. So I have some linen thread, and I'm going to double up about 2 8 to 10 inch pieces long here. I'm going to tie it in a bow with 2 strands. Thank you, Kathy. I love creating, and this card is the design is all mine. I actually found the fun fold on Pinterest. It's called a double gatefold fun fold. Okay, so there's my bow. I'm going to cut my legs down here, and I'm going to show you a little trick. If you don't like that your loops are like on top of each other, just take 1 strand from each side and just pull it a little bit, and that'll cause one of those loops to pull in. Pull it a little bit. There we go. And then you have a really nice bow there. So I took just a tiny bit of liquid glue here, put just a dot right there, and I pressed my linen thread into that dot right there. Okay, now all I need to do is add my embellishments, and I'm using the tiniest peppermints here. So I'm putting 1 on each of his little buttons. 1, 2, 3. There we go, cute. And then I added a couple here on the inside with my Mayor Day. And I don't usually put embellishments on the inside, but these peppermints are really flat. So they will not cause a problem with too much thickness there. Maybe I'll do one more here. I feel like I need one down on this corner there. Okay, so there you go. I know these peppermints are adorable. I think they might be sold out again right now, but I have some for the people who place an order of $60 or more. So here's our card for today. Our little gingerbread man fun fold, double gate fun fold. It opens like this and then like this. Wishing you a holly jolly Christmas. Do you guys like that? I thought it was fun. I loved that this Sentimental Wishes paper just coordinated so beautifully with our snowflakes in this set and our little gingerbread man. So let me come back to my face again. I will be back here tomorrow at 12 noon for day 3, which is going to be a 3D project for us. They won't be over the top 3D, but I think you're going to enjoy it. And I'm going to use this bundle again so that you will see 5 projects that you can make with the Sweetest Star bundle from the holiday catalog. So come back tomorrow, 12 noon, and see me make my last project of the week, which is a 3D project using the Sweetest Star bundle. Give me your feedback on how you like this format. I think it's going to be fun going forward and gives us a little more time to stamp together, right? Because I love stamping with all of you. So give me a thumbs up, a heart if you love this project, and please share me out to your friends and let them know who I am. Follow my page if you haven't done that already. And if you would, I'm trying to get more followers on my YouTube page so I can stream directly there. If you would go to Tuttle Up Stamping on YouTube and subscribe, then that will help me be able to stream to both places at once. God bless everybody. I hope you have a wonderful day. Think about who you're grateful for and send them a card this week so they know it. Because you took the time to send them a card. So God bless. We'll see you tomorrow at noon. Bye-bye.